In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys the ultimate guide on how to run the 3-2-6 defense in College Football 25. This defense has allowed me to lock down absolutely everyone, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. If you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure to drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more defensive and offensive ebooks in the future. Let's get straight into this ebook. So now let's get into some of the pregame settings that I am currently using and do allow me to run this defense to the fullest of its potential. In terms of the auto flip defensive play call, I do have this off, and this is mainly because I like to see visually as I'm calling a play how it's going to be run, and if I want to flip it, I can just do that in game. I can do it myself, so I do have that off. We don't need to spend too much time talking about the defensive ball hawk. You absolutely need to have this on. Defensive heat seeker assist is something that I would encourage all of you guys to play around with to figure out what it exactly is that you guys would like to run on it. Personally, right now I'm using it off, but I've spent a lot of time in this game running it on as well. Having it on will allow you to make open field tackles a little bit more easy, but it does affect some of the pursuit angles that you take, so it really is personal preference. I am running slight on the switch stick delay. This is just going to allow for a little bit of wiggle room in terms of accidentally switch sticking because I am making a lot of pre-snap adjustments. The switch assist is off for me currently just because I am trying to switch stick a lot more, and when I do switch stick, I would like to run exactly where it is that my left stick is pointing. I'd recommend having controlled player on. It's just a visual thing. It shows whatever zone or blitz your user controlled player is intended to do. Okay boys, quickly, pregame settings. You can also flip your defensive play call here. Read key and pitch key. I talk about this a lot in previous videos, but in case you guys are new and don't know, I like to run conservative on the read key and aggressive on the pitch key. In terms of this specific defense with the zone drops, I like to put my flats on 15. I do play around with this depending on the opponent and what he is trying to do. But before we get into these plays here today, what you're going to want to do here is on the bottom of your screen, you can see that there's a packages tab. You're going to want to put that to slot cornerbacks just because it's going to give you better adjustments with your safeties and your cornerbacks. Get some inside thirds, some outside thirds, hard flats, cloud flats. For whatever reason, if it's stock, you're not really going to get the best adjustments. So just putting it on slot cornerback is going to help you out a lot. And then one last thing here, a lot of the time here, this is going to be my looping blitzer here because we're going to talk about 3 different loops here today, one with really nice edge pressure. But if you're playing a right-handed quarterback, which you typically are, I would put my best blitzer here, your fastest guy, maybe a goal quick jump, plat quick jump, put him here. If you are playing a lefty quarterback, I would switch that with Dolish right there, that left of screen linebacker. But just generally speaking, 3-2-6, the nature of it, 3 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 6 defensive backs. So you're going to get really nice coverage and really nice coverage flexibility. It's all going to depend on the pressure, how we can get to the quarterback. That's where I come in. So we're going to talk about 3 different plays here today. The first one being the easiest. I'm going to go level up in difficulty in terms of how we set it up and how we run it. But this first one's just going to be cover 4. You run cover 4 quarters, cover 4 palms. Really doesn't matter, so we'll just call cover 4 palms. In terms of the defense, the offense here, we'll just call curls. See what we got here. So there's really not even an adjustment that you have to make, but just to make it a little bit easier, I'll shift the linebackers to the left. And then what I'll do here is I'll just like move him a little left of the center here. And that's really the whole blitz. That's really the whole blitz. Practice mode is a little weird, so we'll see how these blitzes do come home on practice mode, but you guys can see on the top left of your screen that these blitzes really do come home. You also do have a lot of flexibility with the D-line. You can pinch them, contain them and stuff. It all kind of depends on how the opponent is running the ball, like how effectively they are doing that. But you can just leave it stock. If you want the best loop, I'd recommend shifting the D-line to the right here. Something like this. See how this looks. Yeah. So in practice mode, like I said, for whatever reason, the loopers are a little bit harder for me to show. But you could see exactly where this loop will come in. Right around this guard. For whatever reason, this guard wants to act normal and engage him, but the game is broken. Trust me, online, he's really not going to be doing that. So we'll just do this one last time. This is the easiest play to set up, so there's really not too much to talk about, not too much to show off. There's a cover 4 shell behind it. If you want to play around with that coverage, you can do so. You have a lot of flexibility with that, but this is the easiest one. The first one, it's just going to be cover 4 palms, cover 4 quarters, whatever you guys want to call. Okay, boys, so this next play we're going to be talking about here today, it gets really nice edge pressure. You have a loop mixed in there as well. It's going to be this edge blitz 3. Once again, going to be a really easy setup here. On offense, I don't know, we'll call that post wheel drag. But all you're going to do here on defense in terms of the setup is just shift that D-line to the left and shift your linebackers to the right. So all you're going to want to do, complete flexibility with the coverage in terms of what you want to do behind. But you're going to see here, Hopefully in practice mode we can show this. We get really nice edge pressure there. We do have our blitzers run into each other, but you could see if he just sat in the pocket for a second there, that this cornerback is going to come home free, completely untouched. No one is assigned to him right now. That guard is assigned to that loop and blitzer, but we run straight into each other for whatever reason. You're going to see, once again, in these clips that I'm going to be showing you guys, these blitzes really come home. This is a really fast one. You're going to force your quarterback out of the pocket. And if you guys make your substitutions, like I said, to do so, you're going to force your quarterback to their non-dominant hand, scramble them out that way, which is a position we'll love to have them in. We would take that all day on defense. But this pressure, really quick, really fast. You see this cornerback is just running home free. This has happened. We're not gonna talk about that. This has happened though when the running back is blocked as well. But 5-man, if they're going 5-on-5 here, the offense just simply is not going to be able to block this type of pressure that we're sending. As you can see, we're just forcing him left. We're getting a sack every single time. And you guys can see in that top left of your screen, these blitzes really do come home online. I know I keep saying that, but it makes me mad when I see guides online where these plays really don't work. I would never do that to you guys. See here, cornerback just coming home. Contain. We actually didn't even contain. We just get that sack there. But this is a really quick one. Once again, don't have to spend too much time talking about it. So now we're going to get into this last blitz that I want to talk about. It's going to be the strong Eagle Slant 3. The way we're going to run it here, you see that cornerback, that slot cornerback is blitzing, but we're not actually going to blitz him. We really don't need to. The loop comes in home pretty consistently without it. So that kind of gives us more flexibility. That's why I saved it for last. A little bit more complicated because you are going to be putting that cornerback in the coverage a lot of the time. You can put him you can man him up. It's kind of the easiest way to do it. Hook zone, something like that. It's really simple. But in terms of the setup for this particular loop, what I kind of do here, I do mix around, see what happens, see what's coming in that specific game. We can mess around just pinching the D-line. See how this looks. Yeah. Yep, so right there, all we did was pinch the D-line and shift that linebackers to the left as we have with every other setup that we're talking about. But you see this loop. This loop's actually a little different. It's going to go all the way around the offensive line here. You see, completely unblocked. Right tackle's not blocking anybody, and for whatever reason, not being picked up. Not being picked up. You can see completely unblocked. Just come around, and once again, force that quarterback to his non-dominant hand outside the pocket. It's one way to set it up. Just pinch that D-line, once again, shift those linebackers. Can't forget, though, this guy is blitzing. He does not need to be blitzing. So you can put him into any type of coverage that you guys see fit. Right there, we just put him in the seam flat. Right there, it does get picked up. That guard did come over to pick him up. Once again, these loops don't come in every single time. That edge blitz is pretty consistent. But the loops don't come in every time. But the main thing is you're sending 4 guys and you have 6 defensive backs in this specific defense. So you do have a lot of flexibility there, which is something why I think this defense is really so nice. You can also mix around shifting that D-line to the right, trying something like that. Once again, putting that slot cornerback into some type of coverage there. We just manned him up. If you do shift the D-line to the right here, the loop's going to come home in that gap there, not outside the D-line. So, I mean, that's something that you guys can play around with, and maybe depending on what type of pressure you guys want that game, that specific scenario. But once again, we shift that D-line over. So now this loop comes in for this gap there. But once again, why I like these plays so much is they're really flexible. There's really no one concrete way that you guys have to set it up. Like right here, we'll try spreading the D-line here, shifting those linebackers over. Try a loop this way. Maybe this will come home. I do mess around with all these defensive line adjustments throughout my games online. Quickly here, so we'll set up this blitz, and then quick adjustments here. I'll put the outside cornerback into one of those cloud flats. That top of the screen safety, we'll put him into an outside third. There, it's kind of like a shifting cover 3, cover 2 look, and that cornerback's still blitzing there, so we can actually put him to a hook zone. This is actually a look I do run a lot. With zone drops, you're going to take away that seam, and then you're taking away that deep side. I do like when the outside cornerbacks are playing cloud flats a little bit better than rather like an inside defender. But you can see everything there is clamped. I mean, we do know what the opponent's running, but you can also just, honestly, this is not a bad look either. Just straight man across the board on the right side, and just something like this. On the left side, you can just leave it stock like that, and then they have scissors man going on that right side. We come over with our user to help it a little bit. Could be a pick. It's really good. Like, I do like playing around with the coverages. It's one of my favorite things to do. I think it's more of a high level thing than just running coverages like that stock. And with 3-2-6, once again, 6 defensive backs, so you're gonna have so much flexibility in doing so. That's going to do it for my ultimate guide to the 3-2-6 defense. Hope you all enjoyed. If you guys can, support your boy. We're on that road to 500 subscribers, so every single one means the world to us. Also, let me know, guys, about what content you guys want to see in the future in terms of other ebooks. We do have more offensive ones coming on the way as well, but if you guys want to see a specific defense that I have not covered yet, let me know. I'd be more than happy to make that as well. But you guys can like this video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. It's been real. It's your boy Tether, and I'm out of here.